Alright, so I'm back from break. Batteries charged and changed. We're good to go for the end game. Let's see what happens. Now. Kato-san and the others are looking for Kawana in the Jinsho. Is there anything left to do before I go back? So, here we go. Warning, things are going to get pretty intense from here on out. If there's anything you still want to do in Kamurocho, now is the time. You may want to save the game. Note you're in for the long haul. You'll still be able to save along the way, but you may want to make separate saves instead of overriding anything prior to the point. Since you start the finale, there's not going to be any going back. So, they're saying, save now. There you go. Alright, we really don't have anything else to do. At this point, I feel like we've done everything we wanted to do in the game up to this point. There are still some side missions left, but as I've stated, with this playthrough, what we're going to do is finish up the plot. Once the plot is done, since people liked Lost Judgment so much, for the next several weeks, once a week on a late night stream, I'll play for a couple of hours, and what we will do is do some more of the side content, for example, the investigations that I did not do during the main course of the game, and as well as those squirrel investigations, and the like, because there is still more content available in the game, but I can't delay the end of the game any further since I need to do my Game of the Year awards. I need to know where this ranks in there, and we got to beat the plot to figure that out. So, let's do it. Full stream ahead. Full stream ahead. Full steam ahead. That's what I meant to say. Let's do this. Let us get out of here and go to Ijincho and get to the end game finale. I don't know if in this session of 2 hours that I have left on this stream if we'll be able to beat it or not. But if not, I got another session lined up tomorrow, so let's find out. Shout out to Jamie Green, who just tipped $15, and with that tip, we have hit our hat goal for the day. I refuse to answer the phone.
Hello?
Doc, where are you at right now?
Just got back to Yokohama, actually. You weren't spying on me, were you?
You just noticed?
Duh.
Everywhere you went, I know about it. And I mean everywhere.
Where are you right now?
Over at the Leomont's place. Hoshino-kun and Higashi are here too.
Oh, right. They mentioned they were going to Yokohama to see Ahara's wife or something.
Make your way over, will you? I need a full report, and I don't want to hear you were slacking.
Well, look at you taking charge. Anything else, boss?
Yeah, don't drag your feet along the way.
Okay. So thank you to Jamie. With that tip, that pushes us to the hat goal. I've now posted up the poll in the stream for the hat goal. Choices today are the cowboy hat, the fake hair hat, the Deadpool hat, or the camo hat, which has not been in the running and eligible to be worn on stream in like a month or two. So there you go. There's a hat poll, guys. Please vote. And let's go. Now, Derek asked an interesting question. He says, will I be playing the Kaito-san DLC that apparently is being released in spring? Well, I did not buy the super, hyper, ultra, deluxe collector's edition of the game. I got... wait a minute. What version did I buy? I actually don't remember. I bought the game so long ago. I bought the game back in September. I actually don't recall what version I bought. So maybe I... Wait a minute. Maybe I do have the better version? I don't know. So I was gonna say, if I don't know if I have it. I don't know if I'm gonna pay for it. Then again, I might actually have it. I don't remember what I got. I missed. Good sidestep. The guys are slightly more evasive on hard difficulty.
Really, guys?
Go to the Black Swordsman says hopefully there'll be a third game to this. I mean, I hope so too. Just, you don't know what's going to happen because of what happened with that dispute with the actor. It's kind of uncertain, but I do hope that there is a third game because I really like this series. I'm gonna get some food quick before we do this since I just got hit. It's that hole-in-the-wall restaurant. We were just here recently. I'll get some shumai, some hargao, and a shrimp and chili sauce. That sounds absolutely good. Yummy. Who wouldn't want shrimp and chili sauce, right? Alright. Yummy!
Tasty. Thanks.
Speak English. What's your problem? I speak English. Inexplicably. Thank you, Derek. He says, I liked the stream a few minutes ago. Yes. One way that you can absolutely help the channel and its content is by liking the stuff that you're watching on here. We just found out in the last week that simply liking a live stream can give it visibility on YouTube's algorithm and allow it to be seen in the search ranking so that more people can find and discover the content. So please, by all means, if you're enjoying today's stream, please give it a like. And thank you, Derek, for doing so earlier. It really does help. Fuck. Ow. There's a chair on my fucking way. Alright.
Looks like the gang's all here.
Everyone but the star of the show.
That is next level ass kissing, Hoshino-kun.
A good ass kisser is a good communicator. Welcome back, Yagami-san.
Right now, the Deadpool hat is winning the poll, by the way.
Nice. So you're really gonna stand in court again?
Ooh, Derek says shumai and hargao are his favorite dim sums. So shumai, I believe, it's a dumpling with something inside like chicken or pork, but then it almost like erupts up, and at the top of it they put a shrimp. I'm pretty sure I've had that before, but I don't know what hargao is. I've never had that. But shumai is delicious. 64 votes so far. Please keep voting, everyone. Have I ever had a Chinese pork bun? Chinese pork bun? Yeah, I mean, if you mean like the dim sum, yes. I've had dim sum before. It's very good. Delicious.
Just to give Sari-san some support.
Ah, I see.
A little expensive here, though. I live in Washington State in the United States. There are different dim sum places around here, but they're all like very expensive, which is weird because it's like it's dumplings with food in it. You know, dumpling with like sometimes they have like soup and juice in it. Why is it so expensive? I don't know, but it is out here.
Does that mean I don't need to be present for Ahara-san's appeal?
Huh? How would I know? Isn't that more of a Sari-san question?
Yagami's there, I don't see why you gotta be. You're on thin ice, Hoshino-kun. You still gonna have a job if you're redundant.
I have been plenty useful. At least a little.
Should a lawyer really have to say that? This guy is kind of a rookie, huh?
Ah,
Man, the gangster just put the lawyer on notice.
Well, that's all I got. How about you guys?
Better gather all the info everyone got in a Jinsho and sort it all out. Okay. Hargao also has shrimp, says Derek. Oh, now you guys are making me hungry. Of course, like I said, dim sum's so expensive, I thought I would get it anytime soon. Alright, where's Kuwana?
So where's Kuwana? Any word on where he's hiding?
Yeah, about that.
No.
We must have asked everyone in Ijincho, but we got nothing.
RK's out there looking for him too. You seem to think I've still got him under watch.
On the flip side, that means they still haven't found him either.
See you later, Instinct, for
Well,
everything
yes,
for moderating.
although that's
Appreciate
not
that,
much
man.
Consolation.
You think Kuwana-san's still in one piece after the explosion?
Yeah, he's fine.
Alive?
He's like Japanese Spider-Man. The dude fucking. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a web that shot out of his arm there as he flew away.
Unharmed? I can't say. When I saw him, he was already making plans to disappear. But the real problem is what happens next. Now that he knows Reiko Kusamoto betrayed him, we don't know Kawana's next move.
I think he's gonna go for revenge.
I'd never let that slide if I were in his shoes. Maybe Kuwana's thinking the same thing, you know? He spent all that time underground brooding and shit. Maybe he's really gonna stick it to Reiko Kusamoto.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Better gather all the info, alright? You two met with Ahara's wife. By the way, it really looks like the Deadpool hat's gonna win here. Got about 83 votes, so... There's still like another 70, 80 people who didn't vote. But, damn, it's beating it by 43%. Yeah, alright, let's just get the hat on. Okay. Oh, you're right. Big Old Bean says, if you remember correctly, I bought this version of this game that you could play a few days early. So you're right, I did buy the version that has all the DLC, because that's the one. You paid a little extra and you got to play it a few days early, and that allowed me to get a head start on the playthrough. So yeah, I did. I probably will have the ability to play that DLC in the spring. I guess we'll see what happens. Oh man, I feel like a really mature adult now. I just feel so intelligent right now. Okay, you two have met with Ahara's wife?
Oshino-kun, Higashi, you two met with Ahara's wife?
Oh my god.
Yeah, but we didn't gain much from it.
Turns out Ahara and his old lady don't really keep in touch. After her son took his life 4 years back, she refused to keep living under the same roof. Only reason she hasn't divorced him is because it's too much of a pain to process.
No, wow.
She's been living in that same apartment even when Toshiro-kun was still alive. She let us light some incense on his altar, but she was pretty vacant the whole time.
Did Ahara's battery charge come up at all?
She said she didn't care.
She didn't care her husband was out there groping women and killing bullies? Has she even seen Mikushiba's murder footage?
According to her, no.
Really? That's hard to believe.
Well, there's no easy way to put it, but it felt like she'd given up on everything.
Made for a pretty depressing trip, I'll tell you that.
Alright, so they got nothing and we got nothing. Essentially, we got nothing right now. Absolutely nothing. Okay, what's the word on RK?
What's the word
Nothing.
on RK coming down to Ijincho?
We know nothing.
Everywhere you look, they're strutting around like they own the place. And they know our faces, too. They stare us down, but never get too close. It's fucking annoying.
Plus, they're acting like they're here to stay. They've been harassing the joints we have ties with.
Harassing how?
You know, shit like pretending to be normal customers and dying dashing or complaining to mess with business. Then another guy will come in and be like, need protection? And suddenly they're charging a fee.
Huh.
That's some Yakuza shit right there.
Yep.
Old shit, too. The Yakuza who pulls out today is out in one shot under the anti-gang laws.
And Soma? Is he still around town?
Nah, there's nothing on him. Even if he is, he probably went underground by now. And Soma isn't exactly a social butterfly like Akutsu. Finding him's gonna be a pain in the ass.
Especially if he has public security's help. Unless it's a life or death situation, I doubt he'll show his face.
Derek says, my mom one time made the best wontons and wonton soup. Now, interesting question here, alright? Wonton soup, if I'm remembering correctly, that's the one that has the clear broth and it has a dumpling in it, or two. Usually it's like handmade dumplings with different fillers. Usually it's like pork filler or whatever, and it has like green onion and stuff in it. I like wonton soup if that's the case. But what I've never understood is that they sell those wonton noodles. Now what that is, isn't that just like the crispy fried noodles? What's the correlation between a wonton dumpling in a wonton soup and a wonton noodle? They're completely different. So why are they called wonton? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that word mean? Because I always thought, oh, wonton noodles, and then I would think, oh, wonton soup, what's that? It sounds different. Because it's completely different. It's a dumpling in a broth. What does that have to do with the crispy noodle? I never understood that correlation. Anyway. So we know nothing. Let's wrap it up. Nothing.
What about wrap it up?
Seems so. As for me, I think I'll head out and see what I can find out about Kawana-san.
Same. I just hope he's okay.
LP101 is to me $1.50 says 2K22 looks very impressive with GM mode. The problem is they never advertised the franchise. I believe you're talking about WWE 2K22. I mean, the game's been through the ringer. Maybe what it is they're just not giving the game any advertising budget because the last one did so poorly and was critically panned that they canceled the one from the year before, last year, and this one got delayed. Maybe they just don't want to waste any money on it. Or maybe they're going to wait till last minute, because doesn't it come out in, like, March? So maybe they'll wait till the absolute last minute and then hit it with, like, a marketing blitz or something like that, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's continue. Sometimes wonton noodles will come with the dumpling in the soup. Says only fear of
Tsukumo-san and
death. Oh yeah.
Sugiura-san do some impressive work.
Yeah. You don't hold a candle to them, Hoshino-kun.
Black belt in karate, and you never even use it.
Well, I'm just more of a behind-the-scenes kind of guy. Anyway, I'm heading back to Kamurocho. Enjoy yourself, Higashi-san.
What about you, son? Want to call it a night? Chesso said he'll let us stay if you do.
No skin off my back, really.
So, what'll it be?
So we're staying here. Okay. Derek says he doesn't know because he never had the wonton noodles. If I remember correctly, there used to be a fast food style Chinese place that my parents used to order from when I was a kid, and they would always give you like a bag of wonton noodles with the food. I don't know if my parents would specifically order it or if they would just give it to you complimentary. I remember they were light, crispy noodles, fried. They were flat noodles, and they would come in a bag, in a wax paper bag. That was a very long time ago. They were good, though. Nathan Smith did a super chat. He says, will the next game be called Found Judgment? I don't know. What will the next game be? Bad Judgment. The next one's Bad Judgment. And then it's going to be Judgment Day. And then Absence of Judgment. There you go. All right. Let's stay the night.
If I can really stay the night, I'll take him up on that.
There we go. Let's continue with this plot. I don't know what's going to happen. No luck finding Kuwano or Soma. I guess that means we're done in the Jin show. Okay. Savage 2 Days says, man, these games are pretty long with their amazing playthroughs to watch. I'm glad to hear that. You know, you know what I call this? It's a slow burn playthrough, right? It really is. It's a playthrough that you know is going to take a very long time to get through. But you take your time with it, you relax, you enjoy it for what it is. You can watch it at your own pace. I'm sure there's some people who likely watch this on demand very slowly, right? Or maybe they're waiting for the whole playthrough to be finished and then they'll watch it at their own pace too. But for me, like, I really enjoy these playthroughs because you feel like you're in Japan. It really feels realistic in that regard. You get immersed in Japanese culture. You know, all kinds of stuff that happens. Fun writing, great combat. Boom. Dodge and counterpunch. Done. And that's hard difficulty right there. LP101 took the $1.50, said, real story. In high school, this girl liked me, and I liked her. She touched... Oh, I'm not reading the rest of that. That's absolutely disgusting. All right, thanks, LP, for the tip. Don't say gross shit like that. How dare you? You almost got me. LP101 almost got me. Seriously, almost got me to say something. But you didn't get me. You got close, but you didn't get me. You son of a bitch. Carlito's Back Baby says, am I finding Skyrim Anniversary Edition worth the price? Well, for me, the price was free plus $16. Because the game itself, Special Edition, was free on Game Pass. And then I had to pay $16 to upgrade to the Anniversary. The thing is, I couldn't tell you because I don't really know if I've even done any of the new content yet. I know that it's unlocking. Someone said last time around, someone had handed me some missions that are some of the new missions. But I don't know if I've actually done any of the new content yet. So I couldn't tell you, honestly. I really don't know what to say. Derek says, I like Chinese sticky rice with pork inside. It's wrapped so you can either eat, steam, or microwave it. I don't think I've ever had that before. Simple Bubble, I'm not aware of what games are coming out in the summer of 2022 yet.
Hey, yeah.
Oh, here you go. Things are going to get pretty intense. Yeah. They're saying this is it. This is your last chance to do anything in a Jin show.
Really? Good, because Tsukumo-kun said he had something he wanted to show you. He's upstairs. You mind going to him?
Okay, here we go. What he found on that locket, undoubtedly.
Tsukumo-kun, Yagami-san's here.
And then LP101 did another $1.50 tip and said, damn it, he almost got me to say something gross and I didn't say it. So there you go. He tried to fool me, but he could not fool me. I'm not easily fooled. I am a fool, but I'm not easily fooled. A fool is not easily fooled. There you go.
Something up?
Yes. It's about the pendant Kawana-san gave you. Turns out it was just a decoy after all.
Decoy? For what?
For what was inside. This.
A memory
The cracks
card.
in the pendant were hiding an SD card. And on it was some video data.
Oh my god.
Video data.
What was it?
Of what exactly?
The missing season of Scare PewDiePie that was canceled when PewDiePie said the N-word.
It's the footage of Ihara murdering Hiro Mikoshiba. Just like we saw before. No additional scenes.
That doesn't make sense. Why would Kawana put his life on the line just to give me that? I mean, RK came after him and everything. And all for a video that's already all over the internet?
Yes, except the video on that card is the original. All the others were copies of this source. In layman's terms, this is the master tape.
So it's
Or
proof
in
the
film,
video's
it'd be the
real.
Negative,
Yep.
with no additions or modifications of any kind.
There you go.
What do you mean? And how do you know for sure?
So this SD card here is a special little thing. You can't usually buy it in stores. It's called a worm, or write once, read many. If you were to take a picture with a digital camera, the images saved on this SD card couldn't be edited or deleted. It's what forensics teams use when photographing crime scenes.
Oh.
Which means what we have here is unaltered footage of Mikoshiba's murder.
Interesting.
That means it would qualify as evidence in
Yeah.
Ihara's
I didn't
appeal.
know that kind of stuff even existed.
Yeah, I'd say you have room to negotiate with the prosecution and the judge. At the very least, it beats an internet copy with no origin.
Andre the DJ says, don't you have a 2-monitor setup? This impressive 9-monitor setup that he has is pretty good. Yeah. No, when I'm at my PC, I have 2 monitors. One to the left and one to the right. I used to use that for video editing. On one side, I would watch, the raw footage, and then I would input that into my other side monitor and edit it, there. That's really why I needed the 2-monitor setup to begin with, is when I started doing video editing, it made it much easier. Now, I don't really need it that much anymore. Right now, technically, I have a 4-monitor setup. I've got my game playing on my TV over here, my laptop right here to my left where I react with you guys, I talk with you, interactions and stuff. My monitor to my left over here is monitoring the stream, and also where I can update the stream leaderboard and stuff like that. There's a 4th monitor over there that I don't use when I'm doing this stuff. I almost never use it for anything anymore. Okay. LP101 through another $1.50 said, do you think that Spider-Man 2 on PS5 will be out sometime this year? No. I think it'll be next year. Because if it was going to be out this year, we probably would have already heard about it. So I don't suspect it'll be out this year, no. I could be wrong, though. Okay.
Hey, think this will be enough to win the trial?
Well, I can't guarantee that. But it does explain why Kawana-san took such a risk. The video on here is the sole original. That's why he'd only leave it in the hands of someone he trusted.
And he's a cop, which is why he knew about the memory card that can only be, written once. Interesting. So the murder footage is on a worm card. Does Kawana want me to use this in court?
Kawana asked me to give this to Ihara.
Sure, but he had to know we'd turn it inside out first. Maybe it's Kawana-san's way of entrusting you with the evidence you need? After all, with public security after him, he may not live to see tomorrow. And seeing how he's on the run, he had to find a way to get that into Ihara-san's hands. Which I think is why he left it all up to you, Yagamishi.
And it's settled. It's about time I expose everyone involved in Mikoshiba's murder. Ihara, Kawana, and his students. That's the first step to luring public security out in the open.
And I believe the SD card will make that possible.
So hey, looks like almost getting blown up was worth it.
I guess so.
Ding.
Hey,
What the hell is this
sorry to
kid
bug
doing
you.
here?
Matsu? What are you doing here?
That's what I just said.
I was talking to the MRC guys earlier. They said you'd be at this detective agency.
Everything okay?
Well, Akane started hanging out with some shady guys. So I figured I should talk to Yagami-san about this.
Sounds like a tricky situation. Please, have a seat.
What's going on?
Akane's that girl you hung out with all the time, right?
Oh. I didn't know who he was talking about. She got along with Mikoshiba in the basketball club. She's a little cynical, and she bullied Koda-san.
So, want to tell me more about these shady guys?
They're these thugs from Tokyo. RK, they're called.
Ah, there you go.
They've been flirting with her.
Okay. What else?
They got her so comfortable, she blurted out some stuff she probably shouldn't have.
Her social security number?
Stuff about
Damn.
you, Yagami-san.
She's screwed.
Well, that's nothing I can't handle. But rolling with RK is bad news. She needs to stop. Their leaders are ex-Yakuza, you know.
I knew it. So they actually are dangerous then.
What's really going on?
They asked Akane which student you cared about the most.
What?
So she kinda blurted out Koda's name.
What
She did what?
Yeah, even Akane knew she messed up. So she called me right after. Yagami-san, you've been mixed up with RK, right? You think they might go after Koda?
Can you try to get in touch with her?
Actually, I haven't been
Oh
able
my
to.
god, they immediately
What
kidnapped
about
her.
Akane?
Like immediately.
Right. Let me try and call.
Wow.
Hello, Matsun?
Akane, where are you right now?
The last place Mikoshiba-sensei was.
Huh?
I'm with RK. We're at the building where Mikoshiba-sensei's body was found.
Why?
Matsun, are you with Yagami already?
What? How do you know about that?
It's Yagami. Is Koda-san there too?
She is. Yagami-san! It's me, Koda! Wait,
Well, now you're screwed.
This Yagami? Come on over and we'll play. You know the place, right?
Who is this?
Not important. Better hurry, or else Kodo-chan will have to entertain us. Know what I mean?
hey! Stop it! No!
Don't! What the hell do you want?
Come down and find out. Oh, I'm sure this goes without saying, but if you go to the cops, these girls are as good as dead.
Do you guys even understand what you're doing right now?
Better hurry.
What's happening?
Matsu, you stay here. Tsukumo.
I'll contact Kaito-san and Higashi-san for help. And I'll fly my drone out to the scene too.
Perfect. I'm counting on you.
You know what I just realized? And this is something that I think has always been in games, movies, and everything. I only just realized it right now. Whenever they're simulating a phone call, at the end of the phone call, it makes a noise like a phone is hanging up. But everyone's on cell phones now. So there's no actual hanging up of any phone to go click, click. When your call ends, it just goes beep, beep, it ends. Yeah, you just heard it in that call. Is it click, click at the end of the call? That's the first time I've ever noticed that, ever. And it's like that in everything. In television, movies, it always just goes click, click like someone hung up a phone. Who the fuck has a physical phone that they pick up and hang up now? Right? Anyway, LP101 took me $1.50. Says, is there a way you could do a film night with members like DSP watches blank with members? No. Number one, I don't watch films like that. I play games. Number two, the copyright implications are astronomical of trying to watch something like that with people over the internet. Number three, I don't care to do that. I like playing games.
Son,
So,
hurry up,
no.
or I'm leaving without you.
And yes, this is correct, Derek. This hat is a good over 5 years old. I bought this for like a Halloween like over 5 years ago and only wore it the once. It was, I would argue this is the lamest Halloween costume I ever did when I dressed up like Deadpool. And I just kept the hat since then, and now I can use it on my stream, which is awesome. Alright, so we have to go to the building where the body was found. These RK guys are scumbags. We need to fuck them up.
Keep up.
Simple Bubble says, is Jasper Kitty the Lost Judgment Kitty of Legends? No, Jasper is furious with me for playing this game because, as you know, during the course of the game, you befriend other cats. And Jasper is the kind of cat that wants all the attention for himself. He's very upset that I ever spent time with other cats and fed them cat food in this game. So he's not the Jasper Kitty of Judgment Legends. No.
What's up?
Yagamishi, this is Tsukumo. My drones just arrived at the scene. Koda-san and Akane-san are with some men. About 20 of them.
Where's Kaito-san and Higashi?
I've contacted them. They're on their way now.
Good.
No, Derek, I just remember that particular year a few things were going on. Like, number one, I know I didn't have a lot of money because of stuff that was going on, so I didn't have like $80 to drop on a costume or anything. I was just trying to like piece something together that would suffice as a costume, but I couldn't spend a lot. So I think I remember the shirt was like 20 or 10, and that hat was like 10. So basically that was the whole costume, and it was only like 20, 30 bucks, as opposed to usually now with the costumes I get, they're pretty elaborate and they cost a lot of money. Because they had much better Deadpool outfits, but they were expensive. They're, you know, talking 70, 80 bucks for a full body outfit.
Hey! He's here! It's Yagami!
Talk. This where those RK guys are holed up? He's Soma with them?
Nobody's had eyes on him yet. Just a sec. Tsukumo?
I've confirmed the enemy position, Yagami-shi. They have our 2 young hostages surrounded, so a head-on assault would be too dangerous. Naturally, I've already come up with some countermeasures we can run. Would you care to hear my plan?
No.
You always come through, man. Okay then. Walk us through it.
Wow. Look who decided to show up. Too scared to come with all your little bodyguard buddies?
Not like you've got room to talk.
I know, look at all your butt buddies
How many
here.
shitheads does it take to watch these girls?
I never thought it would end up like this. You believe me, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're that kind of stupid idiot. I believe you.
But we'll have to save the lecture.
You're
for
real
after
fucking
all this is
brainless.
over. You'll be free soon. That goes for you too, Koda-san.
The gravitational
You so
pull
sure
from the
about
vacuum
that?
inside of your head is very strong. I can tell how dumb you are.
You kidnapped them to get to me? Well, here I am, so let's go.
We did lure you here, so we can beat your sorry ass to death.
Okay, then. So what was your plan? Throw all these guys at us as soon as we kick down the door?
We're smarter than that, you know.
Yeah. We knew you'd have some backup!
Here comes! Let's take out the trash! Yagami! Hands where I can see them! And same for you two!
Hey, calm down. I've got one more thing. I'm not a big fan of guns.
Huh?
Shit! Up there!
Face the wrath of Yokohama 99! Wicked shall be smited and retribution shall be swift!
Get them with stinky butt gas. Smells like a hippopotamus's anus. Alright.
You're dead!
Come on. Did you really think one gun was enough to take out a crew like us? If you did, you were wrong.
You two sit tight a little longer. But just to warn you, I'm gonna go hard on these guys. You wanna see some asses kicked? Don't blink, okay?
Let's get going. I want him down before the smoke clears.
Yeah.
Come on!
Alright, and now the series of gauntlet fights that always happens in these games, at the end begins. Ooh, giant swing. Well, not giant swing, it would be from the legs. Airplane spin, that's called. Airplane spin.
Oh, yeah!
Do I actually get to fight or what? They're beating them all up in a cutscene. I don't get to use it in any combat techniques. Come on, man.
Let's
Beware the man in the mustard hoodie.
Step away from the window.
Oh yes, time for combos. I countered him. Wow.
We are ready to go.
Nope. No cheap shot for you, bitch. Take this, mustard man. Yes. What the hell is just floating?
I shall assist you.
Nope, counter hit. And now Flurry of Legend. Oh yes, oh yes. You like my fists? You enjoy my fists as I float and punch you in the face many times? Piece of shit. Mustard man, bitch. Ow. Stop kidding me, Mustard man. You're upsetting me right now. Ah, Mustard man.
We are ready to go.
I actually have to heal. Look at that. He hit me too many times, stupid Mustard man. What the fuck, Mustard man? Fuck you. Alright, finally got him. Great, I'm about to die. Fucking Mustard man. Look at this.
Here we go.
Hit him with a fucking air dunk. Nice. I haven't seen that animation before. Cool. Alright, well. Ass is whooped. Had to use some healing items, unfortunately.
Thanks. You saved us. I'm so sorry.
Boom!
No.
Punches her right in the face.
I'm the one who got you into this. It's not your
How
fault.
could you do this?
RK's. But I'm next in line after them. Besides, I'm not the one you should be apologizing to.
Coda,
Yeah, stupid.
I'm really sorry. It's alright.
No, it's not. It's not
Well,
okay at all.
I'm gonna head home.
Oh, no, you're not.
Soma?
What? Who?
Connie, get back!
Huh?
Is it?
Here all by yourself? What are you trying to pull?
Oh, I'm just here to talk. To be honest, Kuwano's put us in kind of a tight spot.
How so?
Well, he's got Kawai's body, Reiko Kusamoto's victim, hidden in a freezer, of all places. Been on ice for what, 5 years? You know about this, Yagami?
Yeah.
Problem is, he's planning to reveal its location on the internet. If that happens, Kusamoto-san will be ruined. No doubt her fingerprints and other traces are all over the damn corpse.
Yeah, but that's for the better. Means she won't have to listen to you.
Reiko Kusamoto is a capable woman who can swim with the tides. She's irreplaceable. It would be unfortunate to lose her over some lowlife she had to put down. She's on our side now, and she's accepted it.
So it's your duty to protect people like that?
I protect order, not people. Consider me a necessary evil.
Necessary evil?
That's right. If I hadn't gone undercover, the Tojo clan's ex-Yakuza would be spread all over by now. If that happened, we never would have been able to track their current activity. That's why I created the RK Network. To keep Kamurocho's underground under control. Much safer and less messy than wiping them out indiscriminately. But in the shadow of order, there's always a pair of dirty hands.
Right. Kawana said something like that too.
Why not just jump this guy and beat the shit out of him?
But if there's one difference between the two of us, it's that I find my work enjoyable. It gives me purpose. When I dirty my hands, it's in the service of order. It goes back to a necessary evil to maintain peace in this country. In my eyes, peace does require violence. It only works when killers are below the surface, keeping it afloat.
Sawa-sensei too? Is that the peace you want?
Yoko Sawa? She did have to die. She almost connected the Mikoshiba case to Kawana. She was getting very close to it. She may even have figured out Reiko Kusamoto was involved. The fewer people who know a secret, the better kept the secret stays. I don't remember even hesitating on that call. And I think that means... Well, you guys won't like hearing this, but it was justified.
You asshole!
Whoa, whoa. Don't fly off the handle now. I haven't finished what I had to say.
Just fucking beat his ass. What are you
Did I
doing?
mention how much of a pain in the ass Kuwana made this? He negotiated for your lives, using Kauai's body as leverage over us.
What?
So relax, would you? I don't plan on killing you here.
Then why even show your sorry face?
The trial for Ehara-san is coming up, right? You know, the groping thing. I've come here with a request that I hope you'll consider.
This from you?
Reiko Kusamoto's name is not to come up during the Ehara trial. That shouldn't be so hard, right? Shirosaki-sensei would have to agree to this too.
And if we were to refuse?
Nothing. It's Kusamoto-san's request. She is asking nice.
What?
A mother doesn't want her child branded a murderer's son. Could you give her that much? And that's all. I'm sure we'll talk soon.
You think so, huh? Why put off what we can settle now? Soma!
Oh, great.
Akane!
Akane-chan!
What a piece of shit.
Am I...
Huh? Orange? It's a paintball gun.
A paint gun? You okay?
So you could get away. It was a trick.
That son of a...
Well, hell, that's gotta hurt. But a bruise sure beats the alternative, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I'd say he got us good with that one.
Yeah. But that was a terrible call. If Soma hadn't been packing a paint gun, that would have been really bad. You two are more important than him. I should have prioritized protecting you.
Yagami-san.
You've been brave. I'm sure this was really scary for you. We'll need to do things one step at a time, Kaito-san. We can't tackle it all at once. First thing, Ehara's groping appeal needs to become a murder trial that outs Kawana and his students. That way, if public security is our real enemy here, we'll have the prosecution and the courts on our side. That'll be on me. I'll reveal a truth no one can deny.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much your specialty. Send that asshole to jail for good.
You've got this, Yagami-san.
Whoa. This is crazy. Why is he so hot?
What?
Right?
Huh. Just a minute ago, she got shot. And now look at her.
Teenagers.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Anyway. Alright. 1 month later, it took a whole fucking month for the trial to happen. Yeah, look, moments before the appeal hearing. This game might not end for another 8 years, timeline-wise.
Hello? Yeah, I'm getting ready now, sorry, son. Oversleep? I would never... Okay. Yeah.
You do realize that the hearing was yesterday, right, Yagami? You fucking asshole. There it is. Alright, time for a horror's appeals trial. Better take a cab to the courthouse. But first... You know what would be creepy? The whole game, that cat did not talk to him. He's just nuts. He's hallucinating. The whole game. Oh, man. Tokyo High Courthouse. Courtroom 805.
Held
My
on
favorite
violation
courtroom
of
of all.
Shinjuku Station's anti-nuisance ordinance. The defendant of this appeal is active duty officer Akihiro Ihara. He was previously convicted and sentenced to 6 months. However, the defense wholly rejects the sexual battery charge and asserts his innocence.
The prosecution points to 2 pieces of evidence to prove the defendant guilty. One is the security camera footage from Ikebukuro to Shinjuku Station. The other is fiber traces from the victim's undergarments on the defendant's hand. The defense maintains this was not sufficient evidence to issue a guilty verdict. We have prepared counter-arguments to each piece of the prosecution's evidence.
How does the prosecution respond?
We maintain the original sentence was
Well, fuck all this shit.
That is all.
Bullshit. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Then first, let's examine the security footage from Ikebukuro and Shinjuku Station submitted at the first trial. This is footage of Ikebukuro Station on October 7th at 7:43 a.m. The individual wearing sunglasses and a mask is believed to be the defendant. This person remains in the area for over an hour, watching as countless trains make their stops. At 9:06 a.m., he locates the victim of this case. Then he boards the train and pursues her. This footage of the station platform is from when the suspect and victim board the train car.
We already saw this during the first trial. Let's not be redundant.
Fuck you.
Of course not.
Of
The
course not,
victim
fucker.
claimed the defendant moved in a suspicious manner once the train left Ikebukuro Station, ultimately placing his hand under her skirt. After they arrived at Shinjuku Station 6 minutes later, the victim gathered her courage and grabbed his hand. However, there's a possibility the offender seen here is not the defendant himself, but a different person entirely, a stand-in. The goal was to disguise this event as an alibi for the murder which occurred in Yokohama that same morning. In other words, this instance of sexual battery was a conspiratorial fabrication. The original verdict was issued without taking this into consideration, resulting in an inadequate trial.
LP101 did another $1.50 tip about something stupid, so thanks for the tip, and I'm not going to read that out. Okay. I'm seeing the pattern emerge yet again. LP101, for those who don't know, used to do the same thing on streams last year, so it's just been a while. Okay, here we go. Looks like Sari-san started the fire. The game has officially begun.
This is merely speculation. The defense has no proof to support these claims.
Well, fuck you!
Precisely the issue.
Fucking shut up.
Yes.
Everyone fuck.
There is indeed
Fuck.
no definitive proof that confirms the existence of a stand-in. However, the notion itself cannot be disproved, even with all of the prosecution's evidence.
Would you care to elaborate, please?
The assailant fled the train and was caught shortly after on the Shinjuku Station platform. Many nearby passengers filmed the scene, which then circulated throughout Japan. The impact may have been greater since the defendant was an active duty officer.
Oh, look who it is!
There's no mistake that
Yo, that's the
man
reporter from the
apprehended at
first
platform
game.
was the defendant.
He's here again.
On
Holy
arrival,
shit, that's a
station
throwback.
police arrested him and immediately performed a trace element inspection. With that said, there's a very real possibility the offender who ran off the train was an entirely different person, We have the evidence to prove that.
We have 2 offenders dressed up like Ahara. What evidence shows that they swapped places after one of them ran? Let's see. Trying to remember. This is the closest. I don't know if this is definitive evidence. I guess we're gonna go with this, right? Well, wait a minute. No, it would be the murder footage. They're gonna say this is the evidence that he was somewhere else. Here's the footage of him committing a murder. Yeah. And then he's gonna question and say, well, I said that this murder footage wasn't submissible. To which you're gonna counter and say, no, we have that worm SD card that proves the video is real this time around. Yeah. Okay. Now LP101 did another $1.50 tip. Says, I activated a mod in Skyrim to see the whole map. It's going to take me months to beat the game. Skyrim is the kind of game that there's so much content that you could just endlessly play it. In fact, there's missions that never end, but they're just more tedious, like, repetition missions. They're not important story-based missions. But, yeah, there's insane amounts of content in Skyrim. So, thank you for the tip. I'm going to say this. This video won't fly as evidence for the appeal. Not yet. Oh, okay. We can't do that yet. So it's this, then. Yep.
If you'll kindly look at this.
What is this? Displayed on the large monitor, please. Is that a diagram of Shinjuku Station?
That's correct, Your Honor. First, the victim and the offender ran onto the platform as soon as the train doors opened. The train car they boarded is here on this map. We've marked the offender's route with an arrow. The lighter areas on the overhead view are within the security camera's line of sight. More people pass through Shinjuku than anywhere on Earth in a single day. It's packed with security cameras. However, this arrow with the dotted line reveals the existence of a small blind spot. That's where the defendant and stand-in swapped places.
I see. So you claim this was their opportunity?
Yes. As such, I'd like to question the defendant once more over this evidence.
No. Fuck you. I will not answer questions. Fuck up.
Defendant, when you were issued the verdict in your first trial, you said the following to the judge. In a warehouse about 3 days ago, a body turned up in Yokohama. If that wasn't enough,
Hello, Panda Life
you
Gaming.
correctly identified the body as Hiro Mikoshiba, despite the fact the police had yet to do so. How did you manage to pull off such a feat?
It came to me in a dream. Strange, I know.
In a dream!
Mikoshiba-san was your son Toshiro-kun's classmate, was he not?
That's right.
Toshiro Ihara was found dead in his apartment 4 years ago. He took his own life. Afterward, the defendant sued the school over Toshiro-kun's suicide.
Yes?
Ihara-san, can you tell us why you sued the school?
There were rumors my son had been bullied. Unfortunately, the court wasn't able to substantiate that claim.
And these rumors were discovered on the internet?
They were.
Of the bullies mentioned, Mikoshiba-san's name was among them. Were you aware of this?
I was.
Would you say you harbored murderous intent against Mikoshiba-san?
Objection. The defense's question is irrelevant. This case is to examine whether or not sexual battery took place. Also, the Kanagawa police are actively investigating Hiro Mikoshiba's murder. The courtroom is no place for baseless speculation.
How does the defense respond?
Fuck him!
The timing of the battery incident makes this case an alibi for Mikoshiba-san's murder. We believe there's a very relevant connection.
Very well. The prosecution's objection is overruled.
The prosecution can
Please
get
keep
fucked.
it brief.
Haha.
Just as soon as the defendant answers the question. Did you harbor murderous intent for Hiro Mikoshiba?
Of course I did.
Ellipsian says, would I be down for a
In
Phoenix
other words,
Wright
Your
game
Honor,
with
goes
graphics
like
like this?
this.
Sure, why not?
On the day Toshiro-kun's bully, Mikoshiba-san, was killed, the defendant set out to synchronize the murder with sexual battery. It became his alibi for the murder, and the prosecution and the court all but approved it. A 6-month sentence for sexual battery and getting away with murder. That's all the motivation the defendant needed to fabricate this elaborate scheme. His stand-in groped his accomplice, and then they swapped places before getting caught. It's all entirely possible.
Then the defense should present some evidence to prove it.
Hey, sit down, fucker.
Wrong. That's not how this works, is it?
Nah.
The prosecution bears the burden of proof in criminal cases. If we go through all the evidence and discover the possibility no groping took place, then it's on the prosecution to refute that.
Fine. Have it your way.
Have it your way, you
The
Burger
defense's
King
argument
bitch.
about the security camera's blind spot is flimsy at best. While the defendant was running, his female victim was chasing after him. Surely the victim would have seen if he had switched places with a stand-in. Yet the victim provided no such testimony.
The victim, Yui Mamiya, was an accomplice in the scheme.
Objection! This is an insult to the victim. Such claims harm the integrity of all women.
Oh, boo-hoo. What do? I can't back down now. How do I prove Mamiya isn't a victim but a part of the conspiracy? We have reason to doubt the victim's credibility.
We have good reason to doubt the victim's credibility. She was all part of his plan. In fact, that's all but sure.
A 50-something man separated from his wife was driven by loneliness to harassment. That seems much more likely.
The way you phrase that. Is the prosecution admitting the defense's claims aren't wholly impossible?
Nah.
Beg pardon?
That would imply the guilty verdict from the first trial was issued without 100% certainty.
Now you're just nitpicking.
Defense, if you claim to doubt the victim, then what is your reasoning?
Yes, we do. In actuality, she wasn't the only conspirator who helped stage the groping. The bystander who captured the defendant, the witness who recorded the incident on his smartphone. Both men, in conjunction with the victim, were classmates from the same high school. Which means, strange as it sounds, that these seemingly unrelated individuals were in fact all acquaintances.
What a coinkydink!
It's clear that this was a carefully organized and planned event.
Our investigation discovered they all graduated from Kurokawa Academy in Tokyo 13 years ago. Additionally, Yoko Sawa, the teacher who was killed in Ijincho, graduated from the same class. 4 years ago, she was the teacher of the defendant's son, Toshiro-kun.
Oh my god. Rubble, 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 rubble. Oh wait, that's Phoenix Wright. Sorry. Yeah, I'm so used to courtroom dramas being in the world of Phoenix Wright. All right, well.